Idaho State. Well, Idaho won the toss. They elected to defer, so they will kick off a line drive squib. And that'll be picked up by Frescus of the Hornets with a nice return, a good field position out to the 33-yard line. So, Darren, this offense will come on out here. In the last couple of weeks, the Hornet offense, there has been zero mystery, as they have had 4 of the last 5 games. They've attempted less than 16 passes. This team wants to run. They're going to run the ball.
They let you know, we are going to hand the football off. 4th and 6 in their own territory. They will hand the ball off to get the 6 yards. They want to run the football, and we're going to see it tonight. I was at practice this week. You were at practice. They're going to run the football. And
their quarterback there, Cardell Williams, you saw his numbers. If he can be efficient, just complete enough passes and get his run game going. The feature back is Rodney Hammond, the senior. He will get the first carry from scrimmage. Nice vision, spins, turns, gets a couple on first down, out to the 36.
Yeah, he went up that middle there, and Isaiah King in on that play right there, number 4, at middle linebacker spot.
And King is the leading tackler, second leading tackler on the team, along with Dylan Lane. 2nd down and 7. Hammond again, power run up the middle, first down, and takes it to the Hornet logo. Chunk yardage for the Hornets before the tackle is made in the secondary by Dylan Lane.
The confident level is high with the Hornets running the football. Look at that, Kendall Riley getting up to the 2nd level. Summers up to the 2nd level. Nice burst by Hammond, first down Hornets.
It's Hammond again, tries to bounce outside. This time the Vandals get stingy on that edge. No gain, and a group of tacklers in there. King is in there, and he had some help as well. So good job up front by Idaho.
Yeah, King, I like him. He's a downhill player at that linebacker spot. He's physical, like his size, 6'3", 215 pounds.
Well, not only Rodney Hammond, Damian Henderson will be important, and of course Ernest Campbell, Flash, the fastest man in college football, having an electric year. He's in the formation at the top of your screen. Sam Adams has checked in. Stretch run for Adams, tries to change direction, and still fights forward for a few yards. It looked like he had nothing. It'll set up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, Hepburn got that tackle there, number 48, and then just getting up there and making that happen for, 44.
Darren, you talked about Isaiah King. He's one of our defensive impact players. Also Dylan Lane, coach called him the brains of the defense. And Isaiah King, the best athlete on this defense. So 2 minutes in, Hornets at a 3rd down and 8. A lot of teams throw here. The Hornets aren't afraid to run. They will throw quick over the middle, and that is caught short of the yard to gain, line to gain. That's Campbell, and the Hornets will have a 4th and 2 before the tackle was made by Hayden John.
Just lined him up in the slot, Campbell. Got the ball out of his hands, Williams did, short of the first down. Henderson comes in the game right now, the bigger running back for the Hornets.
Well, the Hornets aren't afraid to go for 4th downs. They're going to try another one here on the season. 14 of 25, they converted 56%. It's 4th and 2. It's kept by Cardell Williams, bounces to the outside, spins, and gets just enough. I think Idaho thought there was movement, but it's a 1st down for the Hornets. And that is the 1st down is brought to you by Golden One, the official credit union of Sacramento State Athletics.
And that's the thing about Cardell. He can run with the football, and you see he had it in there, pulled it out, has that speed, has that great vision, pulled it out. Vision, got outside, 1st down.
That's the one spot of the running game that's been slowed down the last couple of weeks, but that's effective to move the chains. New set of downs. And power run off the right edge, spilling forward for a couple to the 35. That's Hammond for a few more. And that's the thing, Darren. The Hornets will stay patient with the run game. If they get 2, if they get 4, if they get 0, boom, there could be 22 on the next run.
Abdullah, Soto, Meek on that right side, starting from center to right tackle. They can play.
2nd and 6. Cardell Williams keeps it, skips the edge, scoots upfield, spins and turns just outside the red zone to the 22-yard line. 1st down Hornets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Once he gets outside and gets in that 2nd level, what you don't want to put a defensive back in is that position where he has to make that open field tackle.
Lustig in there on the tackle for the Vandals. New set of downs. 1st and 10 for the Hornets. trips at the top of your screen. They'll throw it out to the flat. That's Campbell with blockers in front of him. He splits the blockers and dives close to the 10-yard line for a Hornets first down. As Sacramento State now is in the Future Automotive red zone.
Love the blocks by the two receivers. Number 3, Jordan Anderson, and number 16, Jordan Williams. Great block by them to spring him for that first down.
Well, the Hornets have been very effective on their opening drives of games. 7 of the 10 games this season they have scored on that opening drive. 6 of them have been touchdowns, 1 field goal. They want that end zone here. 1st and 10 from the 11. Hammond bounces to the outside, but he was undercut on that outside edge as King again denying that run.
You're going to say his name a lot. 66 tackles coming into this football game from San Diego, California. Plays downhill, plays great, uses his hands, gets off blocks. All those things you want a linebacker to do, he does those things.
The Hornet offense gets set again here now on a 2nd down, and they lost a yard there, so 2nd and 11. Line of scrimmage is set. Dive up the middle to Hammond. The line surge pushes him inside the 10 to the 8. So a short gain. It'll be 3rd down and 7, maybe 8 yards for the Hornets, as Blendman makes the tackle.
That defensive line, McLean and Brozer, Parham, they're doing a nice job keeping those pads low because the Hornets are trying to get them out of there and get to that 2nd level.
Bear Tenney has checked in. He's in the backfield as an extra tight end. Jaquale Smith, the freshman, also in the backfield. Play action. Rolling right. Cardell stops, and he is swallowed up back at the 12-yard line. A big loss as Ringer gets in there and Hepburn. And so now the Hornets have a decision to make, and they will try a field goal.
Nice play by Hepburn and Ringer. Getting up the field there. Look at Hepburn. And he was gaining ground. That's the way the drill goes right there. Nice tackle. Great play for the Vandals.
So a good drive for the Hornets. Stalls here inside the 20, and now they'll kick a 30-yard attempt for Grant Metters, who has made all but 2 this season. Snap placed down, the kick on the way, and he drives that one right through the uprights. So Sacramento State takes the, but Metters banged through a 30-yard field goal. That was Nate Thomas back deep, and this one goes towards the sideline and goes out of bounds. So Fireball put that one towards the pylon, but this will be a penalty against the Hornets. And I would say wind is definitely going to be a factor tonight.
Yeah, it's windy out here. A little chilly, too.
Yes. You got a space heater under there. I know, you're not fooling me. All right, so the Hornet defense comes out, Darren. This defense right now, the season calling card has been the defensive line. If they can get after the quarterback, hurries and sacks, that's when the defense is at its best. But offensively, we're looking at Wood. This is a tough guy to bring down. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes, like you mentioned. Just 3 turnovers this year, 3 interceptions with 14 touchdowns. In that backfield with him, Elijah Cummings, a gifted runner. He's done some damage against the Hornets in the past. They'll throw a quick slant. It's juggled, caught, and then quickly in pursuit of the Hornets to keep that to a shorter gain as Emerson Cortez Menjivar made the catch.
Yeah, Menjivar from Salinas, California there. Bobbled that, but came up with the catch for an 8-yard gain.
2nd down and short. They'll run Cummings, and Cummings is met in the backfield. What a hit by Diego Davis. Now this is a spot, Darren, where the Hornets have some injuries at the linebacker position, and Diego Davis made a crushing hit.
All 236 pounds of him going downhill. That's the way you draw it up. Boom. Right into your living room there on that hit. Great tackle by Diego Davis.
That feels good for a defensive player. Now they force to a 3rd and 5. 3-0 Hornets. Last week, you see the numbers. Idaho dreadful on 3rd downs a week ago. Missed 10 of their 11 opportunities. Wood to throw. Time to throw to the outside. Open man on the far side, but was out of bounds as the catch was made. So he was looking for Michael Graves, who's returning to Sacramento, but he was out of bounds. Coverage by Akui. And Darren, that's one they got to connect on.
Yeah, Wood was just a little late with that football. Michael Graves ran that out route. Woods just threw it late, and he had to go get it. Just wasn't able to keep his feet in.
It is a homecoming for Graves. Played at Sheldon High School, ARC as well. From Sacramento, snap to Pope. He will boot this away to Ricky Lee. It's a low kick. Hornets have to get away from it. It might have hit a Hornet. This could be a free ball. It is picked up by the Vandals. The question is, did it hit a Hornet or not? The Hornets aren't reacting like it did. We'll wait and see. This is critical. It could be a turnover at the 35-yard line or Hornet ball up 3 at the 35.
Yeah, they're talking about it. The replay officials that was just in here,
yeah,
they're going to have to probably take a look at this.
It's interesting when you have a punt that, you know, it's kind of like when a deep ball is thrown, it's underthrown, you can get a pass interference. This was a short kick, and they are going to rule it Hornet ball. So Sacramento State will have their second possession, leading 3-0. Drive of the game for the Hornets. They lead 3-0. And this will be Rodney Hammond. Rodney slips through and almost broke another big one, but gets 8 on first down before the tackle was made.
Yeah, Hepburn made that tackle, number 44, the middle linebacker, playing downhill, Lewiston, Idaho.
Mentioned Hammond coming into today, closing in on that 1,000-yard mark, 47 yards shy right now. He's working at 31 on the game, second and short. It's Hammond. Hammond has the Hornet first down, falls on the 50. Move the chains, another effective mover of the chains for the Hornets before the tackle by Irwin.
Got to talk about them, though, Jason. The guys up front, Sawyer Hayes, 72. Kendall Riley, 62. Dean Abdullah, 52. Jose Soto, 73. And Aiden Meek, 74. Doing a tremendous job blocking up front.
They also have Stallworth in there, Darren, as an extra blocker in this formation. It's Hammond up the middle, and he tripped up at the line of scrimmage. His forward progress will still give him 4. And so it'll be second down and 6 coming up.
They're playing really well.
Yeah, you can feel like there's a big run coming for Rodney Hammond here. It's just he's that close to breaking one.
Yes. I saw Coach Richardson down on the field and felt pretty good about this one. Had a great week of practice. So far it's showing.
Quick out to the flat. That's Campbell, the fastest man in college football. He's also one of the lightest. He was taken down by one arm by Blendon, but a Hornet first down.
That was a nice play by Blendon. He was getting blocked by Jordan Anderson. Then he came off that block and made that tackle right there.
Yeah, that's where the 145 doesn't help Flash, but boy, he can move. First and 10 Hornets to the 39-yard line, possession 2. As Rodney Hammond, the lone back in this go-go offense, on first and 10. Stretch run to Hammond, cut back, and leg drive, spins, turns, buys 2 more yards, and takes it to the 32. Before he's tackled by King in there in Blendon.
Yeah, King made that tackle, but he got 2 more yards just because he spun and he used that power and kept his feet moving there. It's a great runner.
He is now 6 shy of the 1,000-yard mark on this season for him, and he stays in at second and short. Pass out to the far boundary, caught by Campbell. He's going to have to do some work, and he goes backwards. Good job by Blendman over there. He had some help with Irwin, and so now that's a loss of a yard or 2. It'll be third down.
Nice play by the Vandal defense, seeking that out. Saw they were getting that ball to Flash. They just went downhill real quick and made the tackle for about a 1.5 yard loss.
Cardell Williams, 4 for 4 start. Again, tough wind conditions here tonight. Chilly night in Sacramento in the home finale of the regular season for the Hornets. That's Campbell in motion. Short side run to Hammond. Hammond moves the pile. They surge. And forward progress, Darren. I think they're going to be just a bit short, about a yard short. Fourth down coming up.
I don't think it's a secret what coach is going to do right now.
Yeah. Lane and Krotzer on the tackle, and he quickly gets to the line of scrimmage. Extra lineman of Stallworth is in there. The Hornets are going to go for it. Hammond is the back in the backfield. Hammond gets the carry. Hammond hit first, second surge. I don't think he got this one. The Idaho sideline is celebrating. Good job by the defense of the Vandals.
What a job by the Vandals, just getting off the football, staying low, playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage, making that play.
I don't think he got a great spot, but regardless of the spot, I don't think he made it. And he had to get past the 30. The ball is barely past the 30, but they're going to be short. Denied by the Vandals. Good job by Idaho.
Great job by Idaho. Those, like I said, the D linemen up front, those linebackers playing downhill. Big spot in the game. They needed to make a play. They made a play.
Well, their offense is barely out of the field. Yeah, but that offense is going to get another opportunity. So Coach Marion a little frustrated. They couldn't punch that one through. It's still 3-0 Hornets. Mike Bibby and his squad out there with a couple of wins to begin the season. All right, second possession now for the Vandals. And Wood will roll to his left, little shovel forward to Cummings. Diego Davis tracks him down and stops him to a short gain.
We were talking about that middle linebacker spot with Houston down and Rocha down, and Diego Davis is playing really well, pursuing the football well, taking those lanes and filling them.
And the defense back out, and again, just the second possession of this quarter for Idaho. Hornets up on that field goal by Metters from 30 yards out. Wood to throw, locks in, flush to his right. Now has a running lane. He'll take that lane and goes out of bounds. Ricky Lee pushes him out of bounds short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, Ricky Lee did a nice job getting off that block and going and push him out of bounds here before he could get any more yardage.
Nate Thomas now the tailback behind the quarterback. Wood, who goes under center on this 3rd and short. Hornets stack the line of scrimmage, and they might have got movement. Well, not what Idaho wanted to do here. It'll be a false start.
Offense number 74, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
And Darren, this is an experienced group. This O-line, the one thing that's been great for Idaho, they've played every game together. They've started every game, that 5, and you see some of their key players will be the quarterback, Josh Wood, and of course, Elijah Cummings. They call him Turbo. He'll be a factor in this one. But what a benefit to have your linemen play every game together.
That's huge, to have them play together and know each other and understand what's going on, and they can just look at each other and know when to climb up and when not to climb up.
3rd down now for the Vandals. Wood steps up in the pocket, dumps over to the middle. It's caught short of the line to gain and then upended, but it should be enough for a first down. Right at the sticks, it will be enough to move the chains.
That's the thing about Woods. Look at him buying time, finding a receiver right there. Just buying time, stepping up in that pocket, keeping his eyes downfield. That's the biggest thing you want a quarterback to do. A lot of quarterbacks will pull the ball and want to run. You saw he was creeping towards the line of scrimmage and still had those eyes down the field and made a nice play there.
Yeah, so many injuries at the receiver position for the Vandals. That was Trendon Swanson with the catch. They have a couple of receivers out tonight. Diego Davis made that tackle. Final minute of the first. See Nate Thomas shifting to the side of the quarterback, Joshua Wood. They'll give to Thomas, the transfer from South Dakota, and he goes nowhere. Every Hornet basically from the defense made the play, and a backside official throws a marker.
Yeah, something in the backfield. Defensive backfield. Legal contact maybe down there.
It's an odd spot where they threw it, and there's a run to the line, and it might be going against the Vandals.
Oh, there you go. That's what they're saying.
Well, that's one area, Darren, watching this Hornet football team as we get the call from Greg Wilson here.
After the play, illegal blindside block. offense, number 82. It's a 15-yard penalty. The down counts. Second down.
Ooh, that's a whopper. So you lose the down and the penalty as we look at our defensive impact players this season. Dylan Hampston's just been amazing for Sacramento State. He's working on 8 sacks, and Koa Akui, the general of the backside of the defense, 5 interceptions this year and 56 tackles. 2nd and 25 now for the Vandals, as they're going the wrong way on this possession. They'll try Nate Thomas. Thomas tries to get to the outside. Hornets gang tackle quickly and just to the line of scrimmage. Good job by the Hornet defense in there. Malik Tullis was in there, and several Hornets.
Several Hornets playing downfield, and that's what Coach Patton, when you talked to him this week, he said we got to swarm with this team because they have a lot of weapons. So they're going to swarm tonight, just like you saw right there, to try to make things happen.
Not a lot of scoring in that first quarter, but Sacramento State will take that lead of 3-0 as we've got second quarter action coming up. And the Hornets up 3-0. Metters with a 30-yard field goal in that opening quarter. The only damage so far. Idaho begins the second on a 3rd and long. 3rd and 23. Pressure near side. It's dumped off to Thomas. Thomas gets a good chunk of yardage, but well short of the first down. Good gang tackling by the Hornets, and they'll force the Vandals to punt.
Keep everything in front of you on those long downs. That's what the Hornets did. The linebackers were deep, so they could just play sideline to sideline or downhill, and that's what they did. Nice play by the Hornets. Nice call by Coach Patton.
Hope will be kicking with the wind this time. Steps into this one, gets it off the side of his foot. Great forward roll inside the 10, inside the 5, and will be down at the 2-yard line. Talk about flipping field position. Well done by the Vandals. They still trail 3-0. 63-yarders put this ball deep in Hornet territory.
Like you said, it flipped the field, and that's what you want your punter to do, is to be able to flip the field.
And it's going to be a little worse for the Hornets. Their first penalty of the night. It'll be half the distance to the goal.
Full start. Offense, number 77. May be enforced half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
Well, if the penalty's for 1 yard, are you as mad as a coach, or you're just mad there's a penalty?
Down here.
You're mad.
Yes.
Yeah, because you're in harm's way. You don't want to give any opportunities. You don't want to give up a safety.
You just see him right here. He's.
Yep, Stallworth.
Yeah. Someone slips. There's just a lot of things that could happen right there, and then you're giving up points immediately if something happens in that backfield.
Yep. Also, if you pass and you hold in the end zone, there's danger lurking down here. Now, Flash is in the game. He's at the bottom of your screen, fastest man in college football. The blocking back is Norris on first down. They'll run up the middle. Good chunk run on the first play out to the 10-yard line. That's the freshman, Jaquale Smith.
And they just do such a great job up front. Look at the body on a body, getting under their pads, driving and moving their feet. And Jaquale's able to just get to that second level and almost get a first down.
Cornelson made the tackle at 2nd and 1. Jaquale will get this carry, and he will push the pile, refuses to go down, and takes it across the 15 to the 16. First down, Hornets.
Great pull by Kendall Riley. If we show the replay on that, the big fellow, 300, I want to say 13 pounds, pulled, wrapped around, and got up to that level and made the block. See him, look at him coming around. Look at the big fella coming up. Look at him turning to the shoulders of the defensive player, King there. Great block.
First down. Here's a run again to the freshman, Jaquale Smith. Tried to jump through that line of scrimmage, but on first down, he gets almost 5 yards out to the 21. So Jaquale, we saw the way this season has gone, Darren, with this running game. Damian Henderson was the feature early. the bulk of the season's been Rodney Hammond, but the back half here, Jaquale Smith's really put together a good year.
He really has, and he's dynamic. He has great vision. He's smooth for being a freshman, smooth under pressure.
Smith again, jump cut at the line of scrimmage, good vision, now tries to power through, but the Vandal defense will deny him. As you had Westig in there, and Dylan Lane, the leading tackler, with the stop.
I want to talk to you about something. And, you know, the best athlete on the defense, they said, was Isaiah King. Every time there's a tackle, he's either in on it or right there.
Yeah.
From that linebacker spot.
He's super important to what this Vandal defense is doing. Injuries really curtailed the hopes of what they had going into this season. High hopes of trying to get to the postseason for a 4th consecutive year. Hornets have a 3rd down and short. Rolling out, Cardell Williams in trouble. Backside, he's dropped. Back at the 16-yard line. The Vandals break free for a sack.
Great job with contain there. Cardell was trying to roll out, hit that. McLean made that sack. Cardell tried to come back, and McLean made that play. You see right there on him. Great job by the defense. You see McLean, 6'4", 255-pounder.
And 4th sack on the season, 4.5. And so now Cal McGough on to punt into the wind. He's pretty versed at keeping these low. And he does a low kick, end over end. Does it get a forward roll? It will dance across the 50 and be downed by the Hornets. So good field position for the visiting Vandals. And it's not the classic Big Sky shootout. It's just 3-0 still in the second.
Both defenses are playing really well and swarming to the football and playing physical.
Tackling's been really good, on point for both sides. Hornets show 5 at the line of scrimmage on this 1st and 10. 3rd possession for the Vandals. Little jet sweep. No, it's kept by the quarterback, Wood. And Wood goes on the forward progress across the 50 to the Hornet 45. That's a gain of 6 on 1st down.
And you're right, the Hornets had 5, 3 guys with their hand down in the dirt, and 2 on the outside coming. Quarterback pulled that and just kept it himself and got 6 yards.
Gillespie was in there to eventually make the tackle. 2nd down and 4. 4 minutes into the 2nd quarter. Joshua Wood, the quarterback, the transfer from Fresno State, under center. He'll hand it off and runs into the pile of wall. The forward 2nd effort gets him close to the 1st down. Oscar Moore was in there for Sacramento State, as that was Nate Thomas on the run. 3rd and 1 coming up.
Yeah, Cummings with that 2nd effort, 188 pounds at 5'8". So there's a lot of power there, Jason, running up that middle. I like he can catch the ball out the backfield. 302 yards for 3 touchdowns this year.
Well, 3rd down tonight for Idaho. They've converted 1 of 3. Hornets on their side of things 0 for 4 on 3rd down. Could be 2-down territory for the visiting Vandals. Once again, the back is Nate Thomas as they work from the gun. Wood wants to throw. He'll keep it. A design run, and he is going to fall forward just enough to move the chains. There's a couple Hornets in there.
215 pounds he is. I know you're trying to tell me who made the tackle. I'm looking at Woods. It's just,
he's a big dude.
Yeah, I was looking at him, just that Williams.
Yeah.
Xavier Williams making that tackle. But Woods is a big guy. And when he drops that shoulder, that's 215 pounds coming at you.
Coach called him a quarterback that has a dynamic deep ball. What they missed the 2 games he was out, his leadership. They lost both those games, and that really curtailed the middle part of their season. 1st and 10. New set it down to the Hornet 41. Wood on a slant, throws high, and it's intercepted. Pinballing off that and catching the ball is the Hornets. Lamont Johnson Burrell gets the interception. He took a big shot on the catch after the tip ball, but a turnover.
You're going to see Lamont Johnson Burrell just catches that ball, takes one from his teammate McKenzie, but holds on to it. Great interception by him. Just broke on that thing. You see him get that football. Great play by him. That's what the Hornets needed, was a big play. Coach Patton said that, hey, we're going to need a couple big plays this game. We're going to swarm. We're going to play hard. And we're seeing it in this first quarter and a half.
Just the 4th interception thrown by Joshua Wood. So you get a pick. You get that championship turnover belt that Burrell has now. So the Hornets get a turnover. They're now +1 in the turnover ratio on the season. 1st and 10. This is Damian Henderson. And Henderson denied by the Vandal defense. Marker comes in at the end of the play.
Let's see what this is.
Hornets have been better in the penalties the last couple of weeks. They were almost dead last in the FCS, but they've moved up with some better performances 2 weeks in a row. So far, 1 penalty tonight.
Personal foul. Legal block below the waist. Offense number 38. That penalty be forced half the distance to the goal. Replay, first down.
So that's on the fullback Norris. So the Hornets retreating here. 1st and long, back deep in their own territory.
And what Coach Marion said about the penalties, and we talked to him about that. He says we're young. They're just young men out there, and they're going to grow, and those mistakes will go away. Those penalties will go away.
Option pitch out to Sam Adams. Adams turns it up across the 15, powers out of bounds. Close to the 19-yard line, so good play on 1st down for the Hornets before he was pushed out of bounds by Blendman.
Sam Adams getting that pitch, just kicks it into the outside right there, dropping the shoulder, getting about another 2 yards there. Big Sam Adams, the second, 224 pounds.
Another one of those seniors playing his final home game, even though he's only been here the 1 season. The transfer from Washington. Cardell steps, has all day to throw, surveys, now will tuck and run, and slides forward, gave himself up. So they'll spot him back. Markers come in late, as he was well short of the 1st down. We'll have to see about this infraction. Kreutzer on the tackle. Is that any late hit there? Is that the implication?
I saw what Kreutzer did. He dropped that left shoulder as Cardell was sliding. So that's why they're talking about it right now. The timing of it is what they're talking about.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, defense, number 96. 15 yards from the end of the play, automatic, 1st down.
Yeah, Kreutzer's not buying that one. He has to come out. Let's see a look at this one, Darren.
Cardell starts to slide, but
that's a tough one. He can't stop his forward progress. He's already, I mean, is he supposed to jump over him? That's a tough one.
Yes. Really tough.
Yeah. Generally, they protect the QBs. Kreutzer, a good player up front, part of that defensive line, the senior from Spokane. Good flow, too. Look at that hair. Long hair coming outside that helmet. All right, 1st and 10 for the Hornets. Full house backfield. Rodney Hammond is back in there. Here's Hammond. He's passed 1,000 and a lot more for Rodney Hammond. He had hit the number on the last series, and now Rodney Hammond joins exclusive company. 16 Hornets have ever reached the 1,000-yard mark, and Darren, he's a special runner.
Look at all that blocking he has. 44 downfield, 3 to 4 yards. That was the first person to put a hand on.
2nd down and short. It's a quick out. Here's Adams down the sideline. He's to the 30. He's scooting free, and he is pushed out of bounds right around the 20-yard line. So a little surprise pass to the backfield to Adams.
Like this play, you see, look at the play fake, get him outside, get him the ball, make that happen. See, look at the play fake. Just get him out there, throw him the football now, and let him run.
9th catch for Adams. Another pass, same play. Here's Adams, same result. Does he get in? He dives, and he is in for a score.
Run it until they stop it. Sam Adams on the outside, threw that ball to him, got the ball. Dove and went low and got in.
Well, there's a marker, and the Hornets' body language suggests that this one's coming back. Coach Marion wants that explanation. Really well designed. 2 plays in a row. And Adams was thinking he had his 3rd receiving touchdown of the year.
Ineligible receiver downfield, number 16. He was covered up. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still play, replay, first down.
And Coach Marion's all the way out on the field. He wants a better exclamation. All right, Darren, let's see what we got here from Jordan Williams. The tight end is the guilty party. So Williams actually went out in the formation and he was covered up. So that's a guy that was the ineligible man downfield.
Oh, downfield there. 73 was downfield. You can't.
So first down and 15 for the Hornets. They're going to use the same formation, a crowded backfield. 3 in the backfield. The deepest is Rodney Hammond. Hammond gets the carry and Hammond advances it to the 22-yard line, gain of 3. So the game's first touchdown taken off the board.
But you like that as a coach. You just run something until someone stops.
It worked.
And then what did he do? He just came back. We're going to block a body on a body and run the ball up the field.
Hammond gets a breather. Henderson's the tailback. On 2nd and long. It's Henderson, power run up the middle. Good job by the Vandal defense, keeping that to a minimal gain. And so now it's going to be 3rd down and long for the Hornet offense.
Rotzer was in there, number 96. 270-pounder, like you said, from Spokane. 3rd down, and what did you say they were? 3rd down.
Yeah, tonight, 0 for 4.
0 for 4. Unless he can, I'm sure Coach Marion would like to change that.
3 receivers tight to the line of scrimmage. They were at the top of your screen. And they're going to run to Hammond. And Hammond on 3rd and 11 gets 1 yard as he was denied by McLean. And so now it's going to be 4th and 10 at the 20-yard line. It would be a kick into the wind, but they're going to bring Grant Metters out to try to put the Hornets up 6. Credit to the Vandal defense, Darren. They gave up that touchdown, but once it was called back, they got stingy.
They really did. They got real stingy and played strong on that line of scrimmage. Stopped the Hornets and got them in 4th down here.
Cal McGough had missed the last couple weeks, or last week as the holder. He's back in. Grant Metters on for the field goal. To be a 38-yarder. Snap a bit high, ball placed down right down the middle into the teeth of the wind by Metters. So the Hornets have scored twice, but the lead is just
cold.
Just flat out cold.
Flat out cold.
Hornets are going to kick into the wind. This is some substantial wind. It's going to come up well short, and diving to make the catch at the 14-yard line is the Vandals.
Yeah, number 25 there.
It was Matheny, right?
Matheny made that play there. Olympia, Washington. He's a running back, 212 pounds. Big fella. Goes down and gets that ball.
So 1st and 10 for the Vandals. Maybe there was a fair catch called for, so they will advance it to the 25-yard. I think that's the explanation Coach Marion wanted. And another possession here for the Vandals, who turned it over on an interception on their last drive that seemed to be their most promising drive to date. So now their offense back out on the field here, and on 1st down, Woods to throw, looks down the far side. It is caught and nope, dropped at the end there. Will they see that as a catch before he went out of bounds? The officials will talk, and it looks like they're going to give him a catch. That is a catch to Graves.
Yeah, Graves just on the sideline catches that football. Gets out of bounds. He never had control of that football.
That one's got to come from the booth to our left. Yep, I think the booth saw it. Yep. That's good work by the replay booth, because they're the ones that have to trigger that.
Catch for a 1st down. Previous play, then further review.
Darren, you saw that one better than I did. I think you got that one right. He never had that, right?
He had it, but it was going down his leg, and then he tried to squeeze it, and it came out once he got out of bounds. And you're right, Coach Marion saw that immediately as well.
It was a big week last week for Michael Graves. Had a career high 112 yards and 2 touchdowns in the game against UC Davis. And so we're going to get another look at this.
Look at that throw there across the field. Perfect throw. It was coming out the whole time.
So for Graves, you know, always knows these days are special, Darren. He coming back to Sacramento, played at Sheldon High School, went to ARC here in Sacramento, and has found a home in Idaho. And he's a senior, playing 2 games to go. Like to play more football after this, but it's always fun coming back.
It really is. Whenever you come home and get to play in front of your family and friends and people you've known for a long time in your life, you get excited and you get up for those games.
We're taking a long look at this review.
I think this might be the best angle right here. The holes in the one.
The dreaded upright.
Yeah, but you can see the ball come out late.
Well, the umpire spots the football. Right now he has moved the ball back. So I think we're going to get an official word that that ball is incomplete. They had it out to the 35 for a gain of 10. So we anticipate a second and 10.
After review, the receiver never had control of the football. Therefore, the pass is incomplete. Ball be placed in the previous spot. Down counts. Second down.
All right, second and 10 after the incompletion. Two-back set this time for the Vandals on this second down. As they've got Matheny and Thomas back there. On the second and 10, Hornets, one of the best sack teams in the nation, have yet to get to Wood. Fakes left backside pressure, throws underneath, ball is dropped. Well, he felt the pressure from freshman Micah Mosley. Had to get rid of the football. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10.
They've dropped a lot of balls tonight. You see him faking that throw to the left, coming back to the right. Just wasn't able to come up with that football. Nice throw, just wasn't able to catch the football.
That Matheny, the intended target. So 3rd down and 10. 3rd downs today for the Vandals. They're 2 of 4. Josh Wood now. See 4 of 8 for just 25 yards. Tough throwing conditions here tonight. 6-0 Hornets advantage. Wood, downfield throw. Open seam, has a man for a 1st down across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Nicely done, as that's Trenton Swanson with the catch.
Swanson just sat in that hole there in that zone and caught that football. Big time play for the Vandals, 1st down.
So 1st and 10, Gordon was in there on the stop for the Hornets. Hornets showing blitz and a marker coming in.
Ball start. Offense, number 25. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
This game hasn't, you know, it's 6-0. There's been a turnover. There's been some penalties. For 2 explosive teams, Darren, we haven't really seen that big play yet.
No, it's like both of them are kind of the boxer, you know, kind of feeling each other out right
Jabs.
now. Yeah.
Well, the penalty moves Idaho back for the Vandals. That is their 5th infraction of the game of this 1st half. Joshua Wood will give to Matheny. Center step, nice patience. And Koa Akui will make the tackle. Got the penalty yards back and then some. Nice run to the 47. It'll be 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, Matheny going off the left side at the 2nd level, just drops his head right there.
Yeah,
see Okui making that tackle, but not before he got a lot of yards back.
Some backs attack. He kind of waited. That was a patient run, but it worked well. 2nd down and 6. Vandals will get the ball to start the 2nd half. They'd love that lap if they could score before the half and to begin the half. Nice move by Wood. Open field. Crosses the 50 down the sideline. Keeps navigating his way all the way to the 25-yard line.
And that's what I was going to say. You saw King making that tackle there, number 4, Akui. But Wood That's what he's been missing. This is what he did when we were watching film, Jason. Look at him. He just takes off. Great vision. Can run. Following his blockers. A lot of patience. First down Vandals.
Best play for Idaho to date. And again, they're down 6-0. That was their biggest rushing play for Wood. A 27-yard gain has put it in field goal range. The Vandals at the 26-yard line. 3:20 to go before the half. 4 receiver formation. Hornets bring a blitz. Wood dumps it off late. It's caught and breaking a tackle down near the 10-yard line after the catch. That's Chance Bogan. And it'll be 1st and goal from the 10.
Yeah, Bogan caught that ball, but once again, that's Wood making things happen. That's when this team is good.
Paloka made the tackle for the Hornets.
That's when this team is good, when Wood is doing that, when he's improvising, making things, using his eyes, throwing the football, running the football.
His improv skills have been on point. 2 receivers to each side of Joshua Wood. Hornets stuff the line of scrimmage. They'll drop their coverage back, and Wood is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. I think that was Tullis in there, Malik Tullis for the Hornets.
Tullis made a big play right there because Woods.
So we'll give that as a sack, Darren, because they get barely back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, that will be a sack there, and that sack is brought to you by Wendy's, proud partner of Sacramento State Athletics. You know he'll take the stat. 2nd down and goal from the 10-yard line. 4 seconds to get the play off before the 2-minute timeout. And they will not. So Idaho will have 2 minutes to go. A 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line. Hornets have scored twice, but just a couple of field goals. So Idaho has an opportunity here, trailing 6-0, with a great chance when we come back. Runs by Joshua Wood have put the Vandals now deep in Hornets territory. 2 Grant Metters field goals, the difference from 30 and 38 yards out. But the Vandals are 1 play away from tying this game. Matheny remains the tailback for the Vandals on 2nd down and goal. Wood dumps underneath. That's Matheny. Matheny cuts it back, and he spins down to the 4-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal.
I like that play, just getting Wood on the move, getting him outside, got the ball to Matheny. Look at that, faking that screen onto the left side, getting the ball to Matheny. Tries to spin right there and get more yardage.
If Gordon ends up coming in to make the tackle, had some help as well. So here we go, 3rd and goal. Certainly in field goal range. Clock is running under 90 seconds to go. And Coach Marion runs out on the field. He wants that timeout. Hornets have 2 remaining, but it's all formation and a look that he wanted to make sure he gets his right personnel grouping out there. Is this where Wood, Darren, is the most dangerous?
Yes. Because he can extend plays. You're going to have to come on the outside. Bring those ends up the field on the outside.
So
make him pull up.
Yeah. Well, we know that Sacramento State, the numbers suggest if they can win tonight, if they can win next week, Darren, that gets them to a magic number of 8. 8-4 is tough to keep them out. There's a committee that decides, but you see about a 70% chance. I think the best calling card then would be 6-2 in league. It's a great Big Sky conference. And if they win both, Coach Marion in his first year from a 3-win team last year to an 8-win team this year would be tough to keep out. They would be 3rd in the Big Sky. And Big Sky generally gets 3, 4, maybe even 5 teams in. I think the Hornets' resume would be pretty good there, but got to win them both.
Got to win this one.
Yep. Can't win the second without this one, right? And they know the reality. Look, it's a 3rd and goal here. The Vandals score. They're an extra point away from taking the lead. That man's the one you need to watch. Joshua Wood, the sophomore from Washington, the transfer from Fresno State, played against the Hornets a year ago as a Fresno State Bulldog, rushed a couple times, got a touchdown in that game. Wood, quick slant, too hot, incomplete. Coverage good on the outside by Oliver. He was looking for Noah West Barenko. Incomplete. Here comes the field goal unit.
I just thought Wood wasn't patient on that. He should have let that develop more and take his time and take a little off that football.
Yeah, it looked like it was there. It just was off the mark.
Yes.
Well, field goals and punts and everything special teams has been a bit of an adventure this year for the Vandals. This will be a short chip shot from 22 yards out. The ball placed down. The kick is driven right through the upright. So good execution there as Owen Forsman drives it through. He's 3 for 3 on the year. And it's now 6-3 as the first points on the scoreboard for the Vandals. And Darren, we've gotten to know Coach Marion. 120 for some coaches in the half is like, all right, let's get into the half. Coach Marion, he's aggressive. He's going to go for this 120.
And you have flash.
And any running back that can break a run.
Right.
Well, the standings here for Sacramento State, if you look at the coaches poll, the top of the top, there's some usual suspects. North Dakota State still undefeated. Montana after their win today. Montana State pending that game with UC Davis, who you see there at 10th. So that's a good showdown. You work down to the next group. South Dakota State, who the Hornets opened up with, did lose today. So they were 7-0. They're now 7-4. They've had a tough going here. That Missouri Valley is a really difficult conference. So Hornets have yet to crack back into the top 25 since being there about half of the first part of the season. They've been receiving votes the last couple of weeks. 6-3 as the Vandals score. And Rodney Hammond, the return man, respect for him. They'll squib it to the sideline, and it will crawl out of bounds for a penalty. So the Hornets will take it at the 35-yard line.
Out of bounds, kicking team. Ball be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
The patience of Jackson Frescas letting that ball roll out of bounds. He could have ran up and grabbed it, but that was smart of him and had the patience, being a true freshman, to let that go out.
Coach Wenger does a good job of the special teams unit, teaches them all the way through all those things and scenarios. So with 2 timeouts and 1:20 to go before the half, the Hornets have another touch here, leading by 3. Rodney Hammond is in the backfield. He's already surpassed 1,000 yards on the season. And he'll get the carry. Hammond scores free. Hammond second level. Hammond still on his feet and carries defenders with him across the 50 to the 45-yard line. A gain of 20 before he's finally brought down by Blendon. And Rodney is the last one down still, unfortunately. A little concern there, Darren.
Definitely a little concern. That's the person they go to, and it's been helping them win a lot of football games.
Yeah, so Rodney needed 47 yards to get to 1,000 on the season. That was a good chunk play for him. He's been working on 2 straight games over 150. Last time that happened, you go back to 2016 when Jordan Robinson did that. As you see a concerned head coach, Brendan Marion. Those two have a great relationship from back in their days at Pitt. And good news, looks like Rodney is up. So let's look at some of the things that Rodney Hammond's been able to do this year, Darren. I mean, these are some of his runs tonight, and you just can't stop him or keep him down.
That vision. Look how smooth he is. Hitting the hole, has that burst, has the patience, and he can run through a tackle.
Yeah, Rodney said early on in the season, coach challenged him. They had a run. He goes, look, you ran at Pitt. You ran in the ACC, and you had some guys stop you on first contact. As you see the numbers now on the single season rushing touchdowns. The Hornets to throw. Dump off underneath. Caught by Henderson on the move. Catch and carry for 12. First down, Hornets.
It's nice getting the ball out to Henderson and getting that first down.
And so Blendman ends up with the tackle. Hornets quickly to the line of scrimmage. And they'll run this play. Cardell on the move to his right. Stops, throws back over the middle. It's intercepted. That's a dangerous pass. It's picked off inside the 20-yard line. And that was grabbed by Dylan Lane, his first interception of the year.
Cardell didn't see him. You see right here, he knows he has a receiver coming across. Dylan Lane was behind him, trailing him. stepped in front, made a big play. Nice play by Lane, the 6'1", 222-pound junior.
So the Hornets were moving the ball, moving the chains, trying to add 3, if not 7, before the half. Well, they're going to look at this again. Seeing that live, it sure looked like an interception to me. But I don't know if the booth called down for this. If they did, that's possibly encouraging if you're the Hornets. We'll see when we get another look. We'll show it and share it with you. But right now, it's been ruled an interception. As of now, it's been ruled an interception. Let's see what we got here, Darren. So there's Lane. Is the ball? Oh, it might be jostled free, but that's a tough one. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm overturning that, but
no, I don't know.
Good work by our camera crew.
Great work, guys.
I mean, I don't see anything where I say for sure that ball's out. Big call, though.
Yeah, Lane did a nice job getting that interception, because if you saw what Cardell saw, he was trailing the receiver. Now, maybe the ball didn't get there quick enough, but he stepped in front and made that play.
As of now, it's the only incompletion for Cardell Williams, if it's still ruled an interception. I see the Hornet offense putting their helmets on. And Cardell Williams, you see right there on your screen, snapping the chin strap.
Yeah.
This one may be overturned. If you're a quarterback, you just feel like, phew, dodged one.
Absolutely.
Or the interceptor had control of the ball, but then didn't survive the ground, and the ball hit the ground. Therefore, incomplete pass. The ball will be placed in the previous spot, second down.
Guess that's why I'm up here, Darren. Well, now if you're the Hornets, you got to take advantage of that break. That was a break for the Hornets.
Yes, big break for the Hornets. Well, because usually they don't overturn it.
Unless you're absolutely sure, but they said the explanation was did not survive to the ground. So take the interception off the board. Hornets still leading 6-3. Timeouts, they've got 2 of them. And they've got a 2nd and 10 here after that now ruled incomplete pass. Rodney Hammond back in as the tailback. He'll get the carry. Hammond up the middle, and Hammond for a solid 5, almost 6 yards before he's brought down by Zach Krotzer, and the Hornets quickly run to the line of scrimmage. Clock is running, 40 seconds left. It's 3rd down and 4. Williams steps up in the pocket, has a running lane. He's going to get the first down, but this may be coming back. He takes it all the way to the 20, but a marker is back down at the 33-yard line.
Holding.
This will be the 4th called on the Hornets in the half. Hornets coming in.
Holding. Offense, number 62. That's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
We'll get Kendall Riley for that one. Hornets coming in with 8 penalties per game, about 65 yards. Well, there's Kendall, 62.
You'll see right there. Look at Kendall. Got a hold of him.
Well, now on 3rd and long, kicking into the wind. Hornets are probably thinking getting some yards here to make it a little bit easier for Metters if they're in that spot. It's 3rd and long. Hammond stays as the back in the backfield. That's flash in motion. Campbell steps, dump off underneath. It's caught in motion. There goes Hammond. Hammond has the first down to the 16-yard line. And that tackle was made by Blendon. Clock will stop to move the chains, and Coach Marion will use one of his timeouts. Well, Rodney Hammond doesn't catch a ton of passes, Darren. That is his 14th on the season, but effective to find him in open space.
Very effective to find him in open space, and Cardell kept his eyes down the field. He was creeping towards the line of scrimmage. half a second away from taking off himself and running with it. Good thing he got to Rodney Hammond. We know what Hammond can do with the ball in his hand. We just saw it right there, and he got the first down for the Hornets.
All right, let's talk situation here, Darren. 6-3, Hornets are ahead, 23 seconds and a timeout. How, where they are at the 16-yard line, how aggressive, what are you trying to do here?
We're talking about Coach Marion. He's going to be aggressive. He wants to score points. He's going to be aggressive with this thing. I think the whole playbook is open.
Yeah, it's a featured run team, but they could still run. They got a timeout. As the single season touchdown rushing numbers, you got a couple guys threatening to keep moving up that ladder. Cardell's at 13th place with 10 TDs. Rodney Hammond has scored a touchdown in 5 straight. He's still sitting on 11. And there's some amazing former Hornets on that list.
John Farley played with him, 13. Last year was 1983. He was a monster, drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah. And then all the running list. I mean, it's kind of Charles Roberts and then everyone else, but Charles put up some historically just record numbers that you'll probably never, ever see hit again. All right, here we go for the Hornets. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Will we see the game's first touchdown? 3 receivers to the top of your screen for the Hornets, including the tight end, Jordan Williams. 1 to the bottom, and that is Ontario Smith Jr. It's Hammond patiently. Hammond is tripped up in the backfield. Good job by the Vandals, and now Coach Marion will use his final timeout. So I thought they still might think about running, but with that tackle by Krotzer, Darren, there's only 18 seconds left, and it's 2nd down. I guess you could still run, but then you have to think about spiking the ball and then settling for a field goal.
I think he feels he can throw the ball at least 2, maybe 3 times here.
Well, Cardell has been efficient, got away with that mistake. He's 7 of 8 for 91 yards. And that's all they need from him, right? I mean, he's had some games. He had the big game against Montana, a game unfortunately they lost. He went over 300 yards, but I think if he's efficient and over 100 with limited mistakes with his run game, that's when they're at their best.
The receivers, obviously they're going to throw the ball right now.
He's got Anderson in there along with Campbell. Jordan Williams, the tight end. Adams, the running back, is going to go out as a receiver in this formation as well. So it's an empty backfield pre-snap. See if the Hornets shift it. It's Norris, the fullback, in motion. Cardell will keep it. Cardell waits, navigates, takes it up, lost the ball, and it's recovered by the Hornets. They got to get up and spike the ball. They're going to run the field goal unit on. I don't think this is going to work. They're going to run out of time. Yep, 4 seconds, 3. They're trying to sprint everybody on. They got the snap off. The kick is blocked, and it's picked up by the Vandals. That is Lane who can return this. So he takes it out to the 20-yard line. A disastrous end of the half for the Hornets.
Got to throw that football.
Yep. It's a play that they've designed, I've seen in practice, where he's kind of hiding, and if there's a jump pass available, Cardell will throw it. Nothing was there. He ran it, and Darren, time and score there. You just couldn't afford to run it.
Tough play. Have a whole half to go, though.
Yep.
Both teams are explosive.
Well, if you're the Hornets, you do have the lead, but you left some points off the board for the visiting Vandals trying to pull off the upset. They got to feel pretty good with that last blocked field goal. They are now keeping the teams maybe out on the field here for a moment. I think Coach Marion looks as perplexed as we are. He thought he was going into the half. The clock's at 0. Well, it's actually at 20 for the half, and we haven't had an explanation yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if Idaho or the Hornets got their players off the field right now. Grant Metters, the kicker, is going through the kicking exercise again. Could there possibly be another attempt for the Hornets? I didn't think they got their players off the field. But the referees are reviewing a play right now. This is wild.
It is.
Here we go.
After review, it was determined that Sacramento State had 12 men on the field. That penalty would be declined. That's halftime.
Okay. Well, I guess we have to go through the rules, but all for naught here. All right, so 20 minutes of football have been played. No touchdowns in this game on a chilly night in Sacramento. This is the way the half ended for the Hornets. They couldn't get the time stopped in time. Kick was blocked. They lead by 3. 2 by Metters, 1 by Forbson. And here we are as we begin the second half on a chilly night in the capital city of California. Directional kick, fair catch is called for, and ball is loose. And a scramble still for it, and I believe the Vandals got it. That wind is causing havoc out there. So the Vandals dodge a bullet there as we look at some of the first half numbers, Darren, and Hornets able to run the ball a little bit more effectively, winning that total yardage and getting the advantage on the turnover. Just 6-3 though on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the Hornets are definitely getting those rushing yards. That's something they do. They need to finish those drives and get into the end zone. I'm sure Coach Marion told them that at halftime.
This is a team that has explosive plays defined by 25 yards or more, and they have 37 of them this season. Haven't had as many here tonight so far, but another half of football to go in just the 6th meeting ever between these two teams. It'll be the final one as a member of the Big Sky Conference for the Sacramento State Hornets. The Vandals had been in the Big Sky years ago from 1963 to 95, got back in the conference, and have been back in this conference since 2018. As we know, the Hornets final year in the Big Sky, their 29th season in the conference. So maybe an equipment malfunction for our referee. That's why you always come prepared. Backup batteries, backup everything, right?
Definitely the backup batteries. It's going to be a great second half here. I'm sure Coach told Wood, hey, let's go, man. Do what you do. This is your football game.
So we're getting another look from the referee at the video monitor down there on the field. Good work again by our camera crew, kind of spying in there on this. So right now the ball is spotted at the 20.
See the players jumping up and down, trying to stay warm.
Exactly.
It's a chilly night here.
It is. You know, we saw Elijah Cummings early in the game for Idaho, and he had that one carry. We haven't seen a lot of him tonight. He's normally their featured back. We've seen more Matheny and Nate Thomas, and Thomas in again to start the second half.
Yeah, I'm with you. Cummings had been playing really well for the Vandals.
All right, we're ready to go now. 1st and 10. Took 4 seconds off the clock after that fumble. So 14:56 to go in the third, and we begin the second half. Wood will roll out. Devin Wright in pursuit, and he's undercut by 2 Hornets. Gets forward progress as Moore and Wright in there on the tackle.
Love Devin Wright. 3.5 sacks coming to this game. Just can get up the field, change directions. He can do it all at that defensive end spot.
Second down and 8 coming up for the Vandals. That loss last week really hurt their hopes of any kind of postseason. As he threw for 65 in the first half, and that one pick, 91 for Cardell. Second down and 8. Hornets put 6 at the line of scrimmage, and they run right into the defense. And a play is made by the Hornets, and that is Oscar Moore making another play.
The UTEP transfer in that backfield, quick, fast, and in a hurry. You see him right there making that tackle.
How about that wrap up too? Right around the legs. So 3rd and 12 for the Vandals on their opening possession of the second half. They've converted 50% of their third downs. Hornets get 2 late subs in. Only showing 3 at the line of scrimmage on this 3rd and long. They'll bring just the 3. Wood has backside pressure, has an open man. It's Graves, and he is wrapped down. Really good tackle in open field. He does not get the first down. That was made by McKenzie.
Great open field tackle by McKenzie from Stockton, California. Great play.
So Graves didn't get past the first down marker. A long throw across the field. And so kicking with the wind, we saw a 63-yarder earlier by Cameron Pope. Ricky Lee is back for the Hornets, knowing this one could get in that jet stream. And Ricky Lee is under it, makes the catch, and dodges two. Ricky Lee in the open space. Ricky Lee across midfield. A good return for the Hornets as he takes it to the 45-yard line.
Great field position and great return by Ricky Lee. Getting football, coming right into your living room, making people miss. Great vision, covering up that football. Jason, that was a great thing that he did right there at the end. Covering that thing up with two hands. He knew they were trying to knock it out there.
End of the play was Noah Westparenko on the tackle, and so now Sacramento State has been able to move the ball today, has not been able to get in the end zone as of yet, but we know this is an explosive team, and we'll see what they could do on this possession with great field position. First and 10 from the 45-yard line. It's Henderson, and Henderson running off the right tackle gets a few. Second down and 8 before he is tackled after a short gain by Dylan Lane.
Yeah, Cruz Hepburn was in there, number 44, from that middle linebacker spot, making that tackle.
Henderson again, power run, spins forward and gets two more. So a third and 6 coming up for the Hornets at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, McLean, number 89, he was down at the bottom of that pile. Getting that tackle on Henderson.
See on your screen 6 third down attempts today. The Hornets have only converted one of those. Went for 2 fourth downs, converted one of those. Rodney Hammond is back in. He is the back. Top of the screen to the side of Cardell Williams. Hornets will throw. Over the middle, it's caught. And Anderson backs his way downfield after the catch, just enough to move the chains for a Hornet first down. And Zach Lustig on the tackle.
Yeah, Lustig was trying to get the ball out of there, and Cardell going back, just throwing that ball. Getting it in there to Anderson.
For Jordan Anderson, his 22nd catch, moved the chains for the Hornets. It's Hammond time. Rodney through the first group, and Rodney gets a little help from Kendall Riley, and waiting for them to blow the whistle. Now they do, but a gain of 8 yards as everyone in there on the stop for the Vandals. So Rodney Hammond starting to flirt with the century mark again. He already surpassed 1,000 on the season. And concern for the Vandals, Darren, is Isaiah King, one of their gifted linebackers, is still down.
That's one they won on this
offense, as the athletic training staff of the Vandals had attended to Isaiah King, who was out on this play. Second down and short for the Hornets. Adams and Henderson in the backfield. Cardell Williams will keep it. End zone shot. There's flash. Touchdown. Hornets 26 yards out.
Cardell just going across on that post route, getting that ball from Williams. Touchdown Hornets. What a play.
Look at that one again, as that is our touchdown, brought to you by Motherload Moving and Storage, the preferred mover of Sacramento State Athletics. Darren, that was on target. What a throw. Ernest Campbell, you can't lose him. So the first touchdown of the game provided by Flash. Ernest Campbell gets in the end zone for the 8th time this year. And for Cardell Williams, his 10th touchdown pass. Little bit of separation for the Hornets. Flash got loose, and he finds his happy place, the end zone.
Take the hits, comes up, plays hard. Football player with a lot of speed.
Hornets will kick off into the wind near the sideline, takes a bounce and goes out of bounds for yet another infraction. Kicking is going to be a journey all night tonight.
It's kicking team number 99. Ball be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
Right, so Sacramento State has a little bit of breathing room. A lot of football left, up by 10 at 13-3.
But we have to talk about the defense.
Yes.
They've only given up 3 points. They're playing a great game. When you saw Idaho, the one thing they did do offensively is score points against Davis, Northern Arizona. They scored points.
Yeah, they're averaging 27 a game, so they're well under their number, only 122 yards so far here into this third quarter. Hornets put 5 at the line of scrimmage, including freshman Mosley on the edge. Toss sweep to the outside. That's Matheny with a nice run, second level, and he is met by McKenzie of the Hornet defense after a gain of 12.
Nice open field tackle by McKenzie. The big fella coming downhill. Matheny, you see him coming. Look at this open field tackle by McKenzie. Boom. That's the way you draw it up. That's the way you draw it up.
Well, disciplined defense and tackle wrapping up, making the stop after a good run by the Vandals on their first play of this series. 13-3 Hornets. As Joshua Wood in the offense. He'll hand off this time, no success. Ran into a wall up front. He had a group of Hornets in there. Massey gets out of that pile. So 2nd and 10.
Just big Massey. How do you move him? 342 pounds. Sincere, playing well tonight.
Hornets show 6 at the line of scrimmage. They'll bring 4. Wood back to pass. Pressure near side. He is going to avoid that. Looks, throws downfield. Open man. Catch is made down at the 25-yard line. Nice hookup as he finds Nolan McWilliams for the first down grab. Coverage by McKenzie.
Yeah, McKenzie had good coverage, and then Wood got outside right here. Then you see him going towards the sideline, coming back downhill. McKenzie, nice tackle there to get him down.
Joshua Wood, the transfer, as we said, from Fresno State last year, did play against the Hornets and was able to rush a touchdown in that game on his 2 carries against the Hornets. So 1st and 10. Quick response here by the Vandals, trying to get their first touchdown of the game. Quick slant and knocked away. Ricky Lee coverage was blanketed, and he just reached in there and jarred it loose.
Great coverage by Ricky Lee. The third, I love that coverage. He's playing with a lot of confidence tonight.
That's a lonely spot out there as the cornerback, but he makes the stop. 2nd and 10. Quick throw and back shoulder knocked loose. Incomplete. Kind of threw it on the inside. And so a 3rd and 10 coming up for the Vandals.
He did. He threw it on the inside. I thought he was going to try the back shoulder. You see the throw right here. It's inside, where if it was a back shoulder, the receiver could have opened up his hip and tried to catch the football.
Oliver's coverage was good for the Hornets. 8:21 left in this third quarter. In what the Hornets have called a must win. They've been in this spot for the last 2 weeks. They've been able to win their last 2 games at Eastern Washington and at Portland State, trying to win on their home field and send the seniors off the right way. Wood will keep it. Nice decision. Wood, first down and more. He's to the 10, hit hard, and he takes it all the way to the 5-yard line. Well, he's been patient on his runs. That time, Darren, he took off.
He really did. And we were talking about it. He was going to have to start doing what he do. And look at this. He's just running. He's not even thinking about sliding. This is another angle right here, and just running, trying to run through people, continuing to go to get an extra 2 yards in that first down for the Vandals.
Well, spotted at the 6. It's a 1st and goal. Nate Thomas is checked back in as the tailback. Joshua Wood to throw. Steps up. Throws late. Ball is tipped and dropped. Missed his intended target. He was looking for Noah Westbarenko. Incomplete.
Yeah, Jason Oliver, and you have to give the DBs in this coverage for the Hornets tonight credit. They're on these receivers. They were right on top of the receiver right there once they were able to knock that ball down.
Late sub coming in for Idaho is the tight end Jake Cox. He has a couple touchdown receptions this year. Hornets will be able to sub here. So with the play clock down to 3, this was a smart move by the Hornets. The officials are going to let them sub, and so Thomas Ford has to call a timeout. That was well done.
Idaho, they're first.
Kind of the cat and mouse game here.
It really was. It was a nice move by the Hornets there to get Idaho to use that timeout.
Yeah, I wasn't even sure if the Hornets wanted the sub, but you might as well. The play clock was down to 3. So it forces the Vandals to call that timeout. It's Coach Marion in his first year. You know, Darren, he was talking about his journey this year. 71 new players on this roster. He said it would take some time. It has, but you can see them developing as this year's going on.
They really are, and that's the one thing. And everyone you talk to about Coach Marion, he's a great recruiter. And 71 guys, and there's a difference between just picking up 71 guys, but he got 71 guys that can play.
Yeah, #1 recruiting class of the FCS, and apparently recruiting's going well again for the Hornets. And Coach Ford talks about his recruiting policy too, as they don't kind of blanket coverage. They want specific kids that want to be in Moscow and special players. They've had a great program, 3 straight years to make it the postseason. That will end this year. 2nd and goal from the 6 after the timeout. Kinchlow is in as the running back. And it's a play action. Wood to the end zone. Diving attempt incomplete. In the back of the end zone, he was looking for McWilliams, couldn't bring it in, and it's going to be 3rd and goal.
Just threw it a little too low. McWilliams was open. Just couldn't get his shoulders around. A right-handed thrower, rolling to the left. Just couldn't get enough on it and get those shoulders pointed at that receiver to throw the football.
A 10-point advantage for the Hornets. Idaho trying to get in the end zone for the first time tonight. See what kind of defense dialed up by Pat. Hornets crowd the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal. Wood with time, steps up to his right, has a running lane, throws, pump fakes. No, he's tackled. McKenzie comes in to make the tackle for the Hornets. He did a pump fake, but McKenzie stayed with him and dropped him at the 4.
McKenzie didn't fall for the pump fake. Another open field tackle by McKenzie. These are tough tackles, and you see him, look at him, still stayed on it. Nice tackle by McKenzie out of Stockton, California, and Edison High School.
He was looking for Emerson Cortez Menjivar in the end zone, but the Hornets had that covered well too, so they're going to force another short field goal try by the Vandals. Ball placed down and splitting the sticks goes Idaho. So the Hornets get stingy again near the goal line. Sacramento State on this touchdown here earlier still leads by 7. Has been able to move the ball, just not get as many points. Rodney Hammond, one of the best return men in the nation back deep. Idaho has showed him respect all night long. It is not kicked to him. But they do have the win this time, so we'll see what they elect to do on this kickoff. Hammond has taken one back this year, had another one called back against Montana. And the Vandals will do a punch kick that high hops through, that Frescus lost the handle of and gets it back and is the worse for wear there. It takes it to the 20-yard line. So as we took a look at the scoreboard tonight around the big sky, earlier today, Eastern Washington gets their 5th win, 20 better than Northern Colorado. Northern Arizona needed that one, Darren. They get to 7 wins. That's kind of a big number. 8 is even better. Montana stays perfect. What a season they've had at 63-17 at Portland State. Idaho State picks up their 5th win. And look at that in Bozeman. Davis up 7-0. Setting up a showdown next week with the school across the causeway, right?
School across the causeway. Yes.
First down and 10 for Sacramento State. Henderson's the back in the backfield. Extra lineman and tight end in. Henderson tripped. Oh, he thought he had a big lane out to the outside. And he has stumbled at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Henderson, the ball carrier, into play.
Yeah, it was a weird play. Like, just got tripped up. He's going to bounce it outside and try to get big yardage there.
Lost of the yard, second down and 11.
But he lost a yard.
Yeah. Hornets have run for 145. That's a bit lower than their norm. Again, they come in averaging 254, which is third in the nation, and 34 rushing touchdowns. None tonight at this moment. Second and long. Play action. Quick one to Ernest Campbell, and Campbell needed to get away from one tackle. That's an important tackle made. If Zach Wustig does not make that, then Darren, we're going to see a sprint, and no one would catch Campbell.
He's got the ball to Campbell, and that was a nice tackle by the Vandals there, wasn't it?
You also see King is back in. That's great news. Isaiah King, who left the game earlier, he's back in. One of the best defenders on this Vandal team. It's going to be third and short. Hornets will give it to Henderson. Nice jump cut at the line of scrimmage. And Henderson has the first down out to the 42-yard line. But he was stopped by Cruz Hepburn.
Getting that football, going up there, making that first person miss, shaking. Straight arm there, going laterally. Big first down. That blocking up front. I'm sure Coach Richardson is going to turn on this film and be really happy tomorrow.
The freshman, Jaquale Smith, is back in the backfield now. So the wide variety of running backs that Coach Marion can go to have all supplied. They fake the inside handoff. It's an end around here. And turning it up to the 50, breaking loose, second level, all the way out across midfield to the 40-yard line in Vandal territory. We do have multiple markers down, though. And this one may be coming back.
Yeah, Trey Bass getting that ball, number 80, and just going around the outside there. Look at that speed he had.
Number 3, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
That was the first touch of the season for Trey Bass, so unfortunately that doesn't count. So they're going to call this on.
Oh no, right here. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Right here was that hole. That's what they're calling. In tight there around the neck.
Well, first down and 17 now after the marker. Play action again. Cardell Williams is dropped. Lost his helmet on the play too. Back at the 38-yard line as the Vandals break free for a sack. So because Cardell lost his helmet, Darren, he has to come out for a play.
You see, he was trying to get the ball out there quick, but the receiver didn't leak out, couldn't get out. So he was trying to dodge it.
Yep. And Ryder Bordner got the tackle and the sack. So Sprague has to come in to run the offense here, and he'll hand it off to Jaquale Smith on a stretch run. Jaquale Smith, he's open. Jaquale Smith to the 50, he stumbles and gets a Hornet first down on 2nd and 22. A marker comes in well after the play, and they're pushing Vandal players down the field. What a run, though.
Look at him right there. Smith just going. No one's touched him. Big time first down for the Hornets.
Well, that first down is brought to you by Golden One, the official credit union of Sacramento State Athletics.
First down.
So they're going to call that on Hayden John. And so a late hit after the big chunk run is going to put the Hornets in great field position.
Tremendous field position. Tough play for the Vandals. But what a run by Smith. Just seeing that hole, attacking it, and getting downfield.
27 yards later for Jaquale Smith. He stays in as the back. Cardell Williams comes back in the game. Frescus and Campbell receivers to the bottom of your screen. And it's the freshman, Jaquale time. Smith, good vision, and just cuts and runs and moves it to the 20 for a gain of 9 on first down. as you had multiple. Gordner is in there on the tackle, and that Sac State run has put him in the future automotive red zone.
God, he's so smooth, Jason, with that vision he has and the way he runs, and he slivers through there.
I like that they're keeping him into the hot hand right now. He's near 50 yards on the ground. It's the freshman up the middle. Good power run. Tries to get out of it and spins for an extra yard or so. So that's 3 on first down to the 16.
It's going off that left side there. Riley and Hayes.
And we got a player down for the Vandals at the moment. So the athletic training staff coming out again. And so Sacramento State has moved it into the red zone, has a 2nd and 7. Running yardage, Darren, we look at some of the numbers. 96 for Hammond Jr., 58 for Jaquail Smith. Other guys have been able to just churn out yards. 14 for Henderson, 10 for Adams. Cardell Williams, you know, the sack yards goes against him, but he has 8 yards. And that's the thing. They just keep chipping away, and they still haven't had the massive run, but some more effective runs are starting to happen in this 3rd quarter.
And that was Parham limping off the field, number 2.
He's a transfer from Mississippi Valley State, a graduate.
And you're right about that. The Hornets are so explosive, and we've talked about it every game almost. They're just an arm tackle away from going all the way a lot.
Sam Adams II will be the back here. They've had this look a lot. They have their standard 5 linemen. Stallworth is in as a 6th lineman, almost lined up in the tight end position. You see at the bottom of your screen. And Norris as a fullback. So many blockers here. Adams will get the carry, looks for a lane, and is hit hard at the 15-yard line. Gain of 2. And so now the Hornets have a 3rd down and 6 after yet another tackle by Cruz Hepburn.
Yeah, Cruz is having a heck of a game. He and King, there's some great players, and Sam Adams is a big guy, senior night, running hard for the Hornets.
Hornets a little out of sorts here, but they have plenty of time. 15 on the play clock. Adams stays in on a 3rd and 6. It's Adams, and Adams tunnels his way down to the 14-yard line just to pick up 1. Hepburn on the tackle. So now the Hornets are in field goal range. It's 4th down. The lead is 7. And for the moment, the offense is staying out on the field. What do you think? Here they're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it.
So Lease has come in. Darren, he came in last week. He's a safety. He has not been in the running back room for a lot of the year. They have converted him here. And so the Hornets are going for it. 4th down and 4. They're in short field goal range with a 7-point lead and a timeout. I mean, Coach Marion's like that. Let's make sure we get the right setup.
Sacramento State, they're first.
Is this a second thought and bring out Metters, or make sure you run the right play here? What do you think? Metters is going to get a few more kicks into the net just to make sure if they call on him.
Yeah, like he's getting on the receiver there.
Yeah.
Lined up wrong.
Well, a touchdown will go a long way, but a 2-score lead also goes a long way. So a decision to be made here. And I see the special teams unit now also getting around. And, yep, I think they've changed their mind. They're going to try the field goal.
Yep.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Whatever he saw, they lined up, and they didn't line up right, I should say.
Yeah.
So he called the timeout and changed his mind.
31-yarder from the right hash. Cal McGough is the holder. Long snap. Adam Johnston. That's the kicking operation, and Metters to try to make his 3rd. Ball placed down. The kick is finding its way just through the upright. Oh, that hugged the upright. But 3 will work. Big night for Metters. He's banked 3 through the uprights, and Sacramento extends that lead back to 10.
That's what they want, that double-digit lead, and they had a nice drive there on offense. was able to end it with some points. And from a coaching standpoint, that's the name of the game. You want your offense to score points every time they touch the football, and the Hornets did there. They ran the ball well. And here's another look at that kick. As you said, Jason, it just hugged it. It was tight there, but went through 3 points.
Maybe Metter's body language pushed that one through. But yeah, 10 is a big deal. I mean, I know Coach Marion wants as many points as he can get, but you just got to, the way this team goes, stick with the game. A win is the most important thing, and certainly a 10-point lead doesn't end it by any stretch, but gives you that wiggle room of one mistake. Does not put the Vandals back ahead. Now they'll kick into the wind, which has been an issue tonight. This one will come up short with the Vandals. Yep, fair catch is called for. And so they'll have it coming out for another possession. So total yards, 328 to 182 in favor of the Hornets. They've been a battle to get their 16 points. I'll give the Vandals a lot of credit here. They've given up yards 20 to 20, but when they get inside the 20, they're not giving up points.
And that's what I was saying. They're playing well in that red zone. They're playing really well, and they're stiff on the run, and they're covering well.
Well, Joshua Wood back out again, the sophomore from Graham, Washington, transferred from Fresno State, hit that portal and found his way to Moscow, Idaho. He's leading this offense now. Injury depleted receiving group. He'll keep it on a read option, and the Hornets string it out. Face-to-face contact with Ricky Lee. It's a little slow to get up, and how it pops up after the tackle. More over there too.
It's interesting how the receiver goes away from Ricky Lee and tried to get up the field. And Wood took that hit right there.
Second down and 6. 4 receiver formation for the Vandals. Wood will pull the trigger, dump off underneath on the check down, and a great open field tackle made again. Oscar Moore, we've called his name a lot tonight.
He's playing well from that linebacker spot. Solid game for Oscar Moore, and see him coming to your screen right there, going low, making that tackle. Third and short.
3rd and 2 for the Vandals, trying to keep their defense off the field. Wood flush to his right, all sorts of pressure, and he buys more time with his speed and creates a first down. That is a gift, and the Hornets push him late and get a silly penalty. There, and that's one you just got to eat. You give the guy credit for making a play, but you can't add to it with a senseless penalty.
No, he was out there. He had the first down, and then you're going to hit him late out of bounds here. That's another 15 yards for the Vandals.
Well, Wood felt all sorts of heat and then was hit by Paloka.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds. Defense, number 13. A 15-yard penalty be added to the end of the play. Automatic first down.
So 1st and 10 now, and this will move the ball past midfield for the Vandals. So let's look at the end of this play. There's some contact. Wow. You might get a flop in the NBA.
Yeah, you can find the flop there. Yeah.
No, good work by Joshua Wood. But hey, if the refs buy it, take the 15 yards. 1st and 10. Could be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And a quick moving night of football here. Wood on an option play will pitch it late, gathered and taken upfield. Nice running lane for Matheny, and he goes out of bounds on the Hornets sideline. As the 3rd quarter will come to an end, the Hornets lead is just 16-6. And Hornets in a good one in a defensive slugfest here tonight at Hornet Stadium. 1st and 10 at the Hornet 24. Vandals. Wood rolls out. He has Hornets in pursuit, and he will throw it away late. Good decision. As he had Paloka over there, also Hampston, and that would have been a huge loss.
That was a smart play by him, just continually looking downfield, seeing if he can get anything. There was nothing there, and then he just threw it out of bounds. Smart play.
Points have been tough to get by. Hornets got the 3 in the first. Each team with a field goal in the second. Only touchdown came in the third for the Hornets on a 26-yard touchdown pass. And here on this play on the far side of the field, McKenzie makes a tackle on the
Woods pass is complete to number
Matheny.
25, Carlos Matheny.
No, you have to give Xavier Williams a lot of credit. He ran that down. He saw that from his defensive end spot, turned and ran and knocked him out. He might have been able to get that first down if Xavier hadn't made that play.
Nate Thomas back in behind the quarterback Joshua Wood. 3rd down and 4 at the Hornet 18. One of the best sack teams in the nation has only been able to get to Wood 1 time tonight. It's another option play. Wood will keep it. Wood, good decision. He's got the 1st down and more. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Vandals all the way down to the 7-yard line as the Hornets couldn't contain him inside that seam.
Nice run by him. I was looking at the stats going into the 4th quarter, and he's so smooth, Jason. He has 75 yards going into the 4th quarter already, and you see that run right there. He's just smooth.
Quickly they'll hand off. Here's Thomas. He pinballs his way, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Nate Thomas gets into the end zone for the 2nd time this season, and the Vandals can pull within 3.
Great play by the Vandals. Nate Thomas getting that football, going right up the middle, following that big offensive line into the end zone. Touchdown Vandals.
Their first time in the end zone, so a couple of field goals and a score. The Hornets have a score and 3 field goals, so 16-12. And now Owen Forsman on for the extra point to try to make this a 3-point game. So the Vandals playing the role of spoiler, trying to. Snap comes in. Extra point is good. And so it's 16-13. This one is completely undecided. 13:37 to go. Thomas finds the end zone for the Vandals. It's out. And we're going to have a good finish here. 13:37 left. Hornets 16, Vandals 13. Good look at Rodney Hammond, who surpassed the 1,000-yard mark, is closing in on 100 on the game, and just waiting for them to kick to him. They're going to be kicking in the wind for the first time tonight, on the kickoff at least. And it's a directional kick. Fair catch called for by the Hornets. And so they'll take it at the right there.
Fair catch called by the Hornets.
Good job by, that was Dylan Hampton.
I was just going to say that's
I was trying to see who that was.
Yeah, D lineman there. Fair catch. Cupping it in there, gripping that thing. I love it.
Is he going to go over to Coach Marion and say, hey, look, I can be a two-way player if you need me?
I think I can do what Solis can do on that special play you had
That's
that
right.
you didn't run.
That's right. All right, so the Hornets now still leading, but it's just a precious 3 points. 13:37 left. We told you the lot that's laid out for the Hornets. They want to win this game for their seniors. They want to win this game for themselves to get that 7th win, a 5th in the Big Sky, and set up some potential drama next week. But they got their hands full here tonight. 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Jaquale Smith is in, and the read option they'll give to Jaquale Smith, and another productive run on 1st down. That's 5, almost 6 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, it's money with the big fellas and Jaquale Smith running the football. You're going to get 5 or 6 every time going on that right side. They have a lot of confidence in.
So 2nd and 5, timeouts. Each team has 2, not really an issue just yet. Still early 4th quarter. Jaquale Smith, patient run. Pyle pushes him close to the sticks on the line to gain. And that 2nd surge looks like it will be enough. Another gain of 5, 1st down Hornets. So running off behind Meek and Soto. Stallworth, who's been in a lot tonight.
Right, Stallworth has been in there. You see him coming in, big number 77, pushing that pile. That's how they got the 1st down. Stallworth, 6'6", 315-pounder out of Palo Alto.
The freshman. So the Hornets have a 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. Jaquale Smith spins out of that 1st level. He gets to the 2nd level, takes it to the outside, turns on the afterburners, and goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. About a 30-yard run for the Hornets.
Jaquel with that speed, he's so smooth, got outside there, had 60 yards coming into this quarter. Now he's creeping up on 100 as well. Look at this replay, just getting through that gaping hole there, getting to the outside, using that speed. They have angles, he's just running. Got another 10 yards there, first down Hornets.
After that carry, Jaquel Smith, 10 carries for 103 yards, another 100-yard game for him. He'll get another call. He'll get down the sideline to the 20, and he's ripped out of bounds after another first down run of 11 yards. And he was ultimately brought down by Bordner. Jaquel is going to get a much-needed rest as Sacramento State is in the future automotive red zone.
Going to that outside there, and he has that sneaky speed, Jason, and you saw it again there. Got another first down.
So he's over 100. Rodney Hammond is on the doorstep, and he is back in the game. First and 10 from the 18. It's Hammond. Hammond between the tackles. Hammond tackled at the 15-yard line. That's 3. So he's going to be at 99 yards after the tackle made by Ringer, who made that stop.
Have to love it, just running that football. You put those backs in, and you still have Henderson over there who can run with the football. You still have Sam Adams, the second, who can run with the football.
From the 15, this is Hammond. Hammond on a stretch run, turns it up. Rodney Hammond spins inside the 10, and he's going to be close to the first down marker. About a yard short, and that puts him over 100 yards.
Coming right into your living room. Watch that cut right there, then the spin. 6 yards on that carry.
So Rodney Hammond already over 1,000. Another 100-yard game. The Hornets with 2 100-yard rushers tonight. And now they need to get this first down. Jaquel Smith has done a lot of the damage on the drive. He is the back. He gets the carry. He runs into the line. They will push forward. And I don't think they made that. They're going to have a 4th down and 1 coming up.
That D-line
was met at the line of scrimmage.
Was met by that D-line. Just couldn't.
No gain. 4th and 1 for the Hornets.
Well, here we go. Big play. 4th down and 1. Hammond is back in as the back. Hornets need maybe less than a yard, but they got to get to the 8. They'll snap it from the 9. Norris, the fullback, goes in motion. It's Hammond up the middle, and Hammond gets to the line of scrimmage, and Idaho thinks they stopped him. Boy, I thought Rodney got a little more than they signaled. And Idaho celebrating.
Both side judges are saying no.
Well, Hammond went in quickly. They're going to spot the ball at the 8 and deny the Hornets actually at the 9. What a stop by the Vandals.
What a play by the Vandals, coming up with the big stop. Had a lot of confidence. It's like they knew what the play was.
Sports.com. Well, statement made by the Vandals. They trailed by just 3. The Hornets had a 3rd and short and a 4th and short and could not get the first down. And so now Idaho got their first touchdown in their last possession deep in their own territory. It's a fake option. Now a wheel route, open man downfield, caught in the open space in front of the Hornets sideline. Chance Bogan, the tight end, for a first down.
Yeah, Bogan.
Let's go back to the stop here, Darren, in the 4th quarter, or in the 4th down.
Ball is on the 26-yard line.
Yeah, they didn't get it there. You see the yard line.
Really good work up front. They got that kind of enough push up front.
Good camera work, guys.
First down and 10. 9 minutes to go in a 3-point game in favor of the Hornets. Joshua Wood hands it off. That's Nate Thomas, and he's undercut by Koa Akui after picking up 3 on first down to the 29. I know if Idaho gets in the spot, Darren, they've been nervous about kicking all year, but you know that's maybe an issue for later down the field. But they've knocked a couple in tonight.
Yes, they have.
2nd down and 7. They're thinking touchdown. They want to get the win, the upset, possibly burst a playoff bubble. Wood from the shotgun. Nate Thomas back there with him. Wood climbs the pocket and now scoots upfield, has the 1st down and spins away from 2 Hornets, stays on his feet and takes it all the way to the 50-yard line. It was a gain of 21 yards.
I'm sure he's over 100 now, but look at this run by Woods. He's pointing, decides just to get up the field, drops his, spins there, drops his shoulder.
At 21 yards, that will put him over 100. He's been their best rusher by far. Hornets have 2 100-yard rushers. Vandals now to midfield. So we enter the halfway point of the 4th quarter. Wood from the gun, sets up a screen. And Thomas is hit hard, pushed forward downfield by Tullis and gains a couple. Also Paloka on the tackle.
They're just mixing it up really well. You see right here, throw the little screen pass, just an easy dump there. But Tullis, number 9, coming from that defensive line spot, running to the sideline, making a big play for the Hornets.
2nd down. Nate Thomas with a good hard run has the 1st down and more. Thomas get all the way to the secondary, takes it to the 30-yard line. Another big run. That's 17 yards and a 1st down.
Running hard right up the middle, following that big offensive line who's been playing well tonight. Dropping that shoulder right there, getting a couple of more yards. Great run by Thomas.
They go with tempo. Wood gives to Thomas. Thomas is hit and spins for a couple before he was brought down. As Sacramento State up front getting Deshaun Watts on the tackle. You start to look at time and timeouts. 6.5 to go.
That's what I was looking at, the clock. 6.5. Both teams have 2 timeouts left.
Vandals will spread the field. This is where Wood has worked his magic tonight. Is 100 yards on the ground. He'll give to Thomas. Thomas up the middle. Line of scrimmage is pushed forward, and so this will set up a 3rd down and 3 down to the 23-yard line. So 5 more yards.
And just running that ball. They're feeling comfortable with that, running the football on the Hornets defense right now. Putting a 3rd and very manageable.
Down and 3.
So 3rd and 3 on 3rd downs tonight. The Vandals are 6 of 11. Hornets just 3 of 10. 5.5 to go. Could be 2-down territory anyway. They are in field goal range. Matheny is the back. Matheny gets the carry. Matheny is going to fall forward, and he's right at the line to gain, and I think he got it. He did. 1st down for the Vandals. So they get to the red zone. And that clock just churns and ticks down to 5 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yes, it does. And running the football, that keeps that clock going as well. And you see they're huddling up, walking up to the line of scrimmage.
Under center this time is Joshua Wood. Multiple tight ends in this formation. Wood on a play action. Steps to his left, now cuts back, and he is hit and dropped for a loss of 1, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. So you had McLaughlin in there for the sack for the Hornets, and that sack is brought to you by Wendy's, proud partner of Sacramento State Athletics.
You see it right here. Looking downfield, there's nothing there. That's a coverage sack. Those DBs did a nice job covering up those receivers, and that running back coming out the backfield for the Vandals.
2nd down and 10. 4 receiver formation. 2 to the top of your screen, 2 at the bottom. As Wood trying to lead the comeback. Steps, fires over the middle, wide open man. Caught it, his knee was down, and looks right at the 10-yard line. 1st down and goal coming up for the Vandals.
Just over the middle, sitting in that zone. You saw Wood look around. That was probably his 2nd read. Got the ball to him, falls down. 1st and goal for the Vandals with time ticking away, Jason.
3 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in this football game. Coach Marion trying to get his defense to make a critical stop. They would love to hold to a 3-point try. Nate Thomas back in. It's 1st and goal. They can't get a first down. They'll snap from the 10. It's an option play. Wood, he'll keep it. He'll turn it up. Wood to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown. For the first time tonight, the Vandals have the lead.
You saw Wood there on that option. Kept the ball, ran with it, 215 pounds, engineered this whole drive, got the Vandals in the end zone with 3 minutes and 17 seconds left to take the lead.
So now they're an extra point away. This becomes important to make it a 4-point game. Wood was already over 100 yards, but that 10-yard run, beautiful. So with 2 timeouts and the 2-minute timeout, the Hornets, who have been moving the ball all night, have left points off the board and now find themselves trailing for the first time in the game. Extra point is good, and Idaho has a 20-16 lead on this run by Joshua Wood. Do the Hornets have a comeback in them? We'll find out. Is they most likely need to win both. Can't win both until you win this one, and now they find themselves down for the first time tonight.
Very capable, very explosive offense. They're capable of doing it. There's plenty of time. 2 minutes and 17 seconds. They have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, with 3:17, it's really not even a sense of urgency yet. You want to be deliberate. You know, you don't mess around, but that is a lot of time. And the way this team plays, it hasn't shown as much tonight, but they can score on one play with a lot of their players.
Yes.
Including the guy that's returning, which is Rodney Hammond. Idaho's been kicking away from him in pooch kicks, and they'll squib this one through, and it will get all the way back to Hammond, who scoots it up at the 30-yard line. It goes out of bounds at about the 33. That was Jaquale. Oh, it was Michael Johnson. Excuse me. Yep.
Michael Johnson came up and got that ball. Sometimes I'm worried about those balls, those bounces. It took a perfect bounce, and it went right to him, and he continued to run. Sometimes that thing will bounce up and hit your face mask, and bad things can happen.
So 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. Ball will start at the 33-yard line. One more look at Joshua Wood. Darren had an option, but the option was Joshua Wood.
Yeah, he was keeping that thing all the way, and you saw him right there run through that arm tackle and got in there. Touchdown, Vandals.
All right, no mystery. Hornets need a touchdown. They go to Rodney Hammond. It's Hammond time, and Rodney bursts on first down for 9 yards. Second down coming up for the offense. There's the tackle made by Bordner. And a player is a little woozy, I think, there for... That's John, Hayden John.
Yeah, Hayden John.
Oh, yeah. He had to go back down to a knee a couple times, so concern there for Hayden John. But a run of 9 on first down for the Hornets.
Please reset the clock to 3:01. 3:01, please.
So John is now up. And walking off on his own power. That's good news there. Second down and short for the Hornets with 3:01 to go in the game. They trail for the first time tonight. And Rodney Hammond stays in as the tailback. Rodney on a short side run is pushed back and hit hard. He'll lose 2 yards, and so a 3rd down and 3. So here's a replay of the previous play, and they hit, oh, a big hit from his own player.
Yeah, helmet to helmet there with his own player.
Yeah, Dylan Lane hit Hayden John. Well, 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Clock is running. Hornets have a 3rd down and 3. We'll give the 3rd down stat. It is not good tonight for the Hornets. Just 3 of 10. Three receivers to the bottom of your screen. Cardell gives to Hammond. Hammond falls forward, and he's got the first down. Got about 3.5.
Yes. Just running off that left side there. They feel comfortable with Riley and Hayes running on that side.
They're going to have to hurry if they're going to get a playoff before the 2-minute timeout. I don't think they will, and so there's going to be 2 minutes to go in the game. And the Hornets, this is the drive, what they hope to keep their season alive, trailing by 4, 20-16. Well, it's time for our defensive player of the game, in a game where the Hornets need one more score here, but it's brought to you by Pest Pros Pest Solutions, reminding you to step up to the pros, your hometown defensive line against pests. Darren, we've been calling Oscar Moore's name tonight. It's got to go to Oscar Moore.
10 tackles, a tackle for loss. He's playing well. 56 tackles coming to this game, 2 sacks and an interception. But tonight, 10 tackles, tackle for loss.
Here's Jaquale Smith on a run, takes it across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That gains 7 on first down. Clock runs, and that leaves a precious 1:45 to go. The Hornets quickly get to the line of scrimmage, trailing by 4. Second down and 3. Low snap. They're going to throw. Cardell Williams underneath on a check down off the hands of Jaquale Smith. And so now you've got a 3rd down and 3.
He threw it to the right guy, just couldn't get the ball there on that check down. Jaquale Smith would have got the first down. As you see Oscar Moore right there, number 5.
Yep. Defensive player of the game trying to cheer on his offense. They need a touchdown. 94 seconds left in this football game. 2-down territory, obviously, for the Hornets. Vandals crowd the box. It's a run up the middle, and the Hornets are going to be short. So here we go. It's a 4th down and almost 2. Rodney Hammond will come back in, and the game is in the balance right now on this play.
Yes, it is. They ran the ball, came up short. It's going to be 4th down. Coach Marion's going to call a timeout here and talk about this.
Well, on 4th down today, the Hornets are 1 for 3, but they're 4 of 12 now on 3rd down. They have outgained the Vandals. They've been able to move the ball between the 20-yard lines. But now, Darren, none of that matters. Here they are in this 4th down and 2 at the 48-yard line of Idaho.
Big play.
Yeah.
They ran the football, and let's go back and look at the history of the Hornet offense. 4th down, coach usually calls what? A run.
Yep. Just a power run.
Just a power run. He's going to hand the ball off.
Yep.
Hammond's going to get the ball. He's going to have confidence in that offensive line to get this first down here to keep this drive going.
Well, a lot on the line on this 4th down here for the outcome of this game. Hornets need to keep this drive alive. The Vandals, give them all sorts of credit. They felt their season, as far as their postseason hopes, ended last week. But they are playing to try to get to 500. There's the sideline with all the bounce. The Hornets have the look of a team that's nervous. They're going to work from the gun. It's 4th and 2. It's Hammond. Hammond has the first down. So he gains 4, almost 5. Drive continues. 1:11 to go, and the Hornet offense quickly back to the line of scrimmage.
And I told you they were going to hand that ball off, go off that right side there with Meek and Soto. They love those guys. First down, Hornets.
Now they'll throw. Cardell Williams back, looks, deep shot, far sideline, and incomplete. And I think the Hornet receiver might have run out of bounds because the official on the far side threw his hat off. So that indicated that Jordan Anderson was out of bounds. 2nd and 10. And at least you took a deep shot, stops the clock, restore order, 1 timeout remaining, 1:05 to go in the game. For Cardell Williams, just his 3rd incompletion of the game. They're going to throw again. Cardell out to the flat to Hammond. Hammond needs to dodge one, and he can't. He is ripped down. What a tackle that's made by Blendman, and the Hornets have to hurry up with under a minute to go.
big play by Blendman. You're going to see here Cordell just gets it to the outside, and Blendman, number 0, comes and makes a big-time tackle for a loss.
3rd and long. Cardell Williams steps up, pumps, throws underneath, and incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, Jordan Williams, and so now a 4th down is here for the Hornets. Well, the Vandals, Darren, I mean, look at their sideline and their fans that made it here. They are so thrilled with their performance, and they are 1 stop away from pulling off the victory.
Yeah, everyone on that side of the field is standing up and jumping around and cheering. It's a big play right here for the Hornets.
Not the Hornets' strength. Can they get the 14 yards they need? 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Cardell steps, fires over the middle. It's caught for a 1st down. What a catch by Jordan Williams at the 28-yard line.
Big time play by Jordan Williams. The big tight end just going over the middle. Cardell delivering that ball there. That strike. 1st down Hornets.
Clock is running. Cardell rolling to his right. Looks back, throws underneath. Diving attempt by Ontario Smith. And they're going to say that's a catch. And now the Hornets need to use a timeout. I was thinking it wouldn't have been disaster if he dropped it because the clock would have stopped. They gain 8. So with 16 seconds to go, it's going to be a 2nd and 2 at the 20-yard line. But how about that 4th down conversion? So this is the 4th down that they had to have.
And you saw Cardell just rifle that ball in there to Williams. And then you see the second one here. He goes down and he gets that football. Clock's run, makes him use that timeout. Now, what the Hornets are strong at, they can't run the football.
Right.
They're going to have to throw the football now. So Cardell is going to have to do something when he was good on those last couple of throws now. So they're going to have to throw this football to get it into the end zone.
16 ticks of the clock left. A field goal does them no good. They need a touchdown. Now the Hornets sideline has a little life. 20 difficult yards to get. Hammond is in. He'll go in as a receiver along with Jordan Anderson, Ontario Smith, Jordan Williams, and Ernest Campbell. Idaho showing 3 at the line of scrimmage. They're going to drop their coverage back, making the passing windows very tight for Cardell Williams. They'll add 1 more second, which could be a real big deal in the game. 17 on the game clock. A 1st down would stop the clock. But here's where you practice this. You don't have a lot of these scenarios, though. Down by 4 at the 20-yard line. Empty backfield, 2 receivers, and now a timeout taken by Coach Ford of the Vandals.
Idaho, their 2nd.
So Darren, as we've seen,
30-second timeout.
kind of that first look, only 3 down linemen. They're dropping their coverage back. These are going to be some tough passing lanes.
It really is, and they're, like you said, they're only rushing 3. They're trying to keep him in the pocket. Can't take off and run. I'm sure Coach Marion is telling them that. You can't take off and run. We have no timeouts. It'd be tough to get it down. Might be able to spike it on this one here, but might be able to run on this one and spike it, but after that it would just be 1 play. So you want to throw the ball. You don't want to do that. So they're just going to keep him in the pocket and make him throw the football downfield.
Cardell Williams today 13 of 17, 158 and 1 touchdown pass. But the significance of this, 7 wins for the playoff committee is significant. 8 feels much better. The Hornets hanging at 6. They desperately need to find these 20 yards in the final 17 seconds of the game. The Hornets changed their formation. They put Hammond in the backfield. On 2nd and short. Cardell steps, fires downfield, has a man, it's caught! Down near the 2-yard line, 1st and goal Hornets. They're going to have to spike the ball. 11 seconds to go. The Hornets have to get to the line of scrimmage. The officials are still gathered at the far side of the field to rule whether or not it's a catch. Oh, so it stopped the clock getting out of bounds. That's even better for the Hornets.
The ruling on the field of a completed pass is under further review.
Well, they're going to review this, which is the right thing to do, too critical of a play. So let's remember it was ruled a catch. They are going to spot this right now, Darren, about the 2, I believe. And Jordan Williams, 2 big catches on this drive.
Who would have thought, right?
Now, the interesting thing is, if he's out of bounds and at the 2, I know it seems crazy with 11 seconds left, but could you run the ball? There's not a lot of wiggle room, is there?
Not a lot of wiggle room.
Let's take another look. Well, first off, what a catch. That's a really tough sideline view. So there's nothing there on that view. How about this one? Wow, is he in? Can't tell if his back lands before his feet. If his back is in or any part of the body is down. Again, it's ruled a catch. Can they overturn this? I don't know what kind of video proof. Does the elbow get down? It's the far side of the field, probably the most difficult one to get shots of.
It looked like he was down and then the ball was taken from him. But what you're saying is right. Was his body in bounds when he came down?
Well, first and foremost, what an amazing attempt by Jordan Williams. So right now we believe the scenario to be 1st and goal from about the 2 with 11 seconds to go. Hornets trailing 20-16. We met the replay crew in the booth to our left. Didn't know they'd be big featured players tonight.
Yeah. Gonna make that decision.
So this one still is our best angle tonight.
Up in the air.
Yeah, shoulder in.
Was that right foot?
Oh, was it out at all? Wow. The ball is still resting at the 2. Here we go.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. It'll be a 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Clock operator, please reset the clock to 12 seconds, please. 12 seconds.
1 more second, and I don't believe it's on the whistle. I believe they called him out of bounds. So the play clock has stopped. What do you call it, Coach Arbet?
I would think that coach is going to run the football. That's what he's hung his hat on all year.
I think he might do it with Cardell.
Yes.
Because then that gives you an option to throw it away.
Yes.
I'm thinking what you're thinking here. And there's Cardell Williams barking out the signals. 2 yards needed. They've led the majority of the game. Idaho went ahead with 3 minutes and 17 seconds left. And the Hornets had to go 67 yards. They've gone 65 of those 67. The last 2 precious yards. Hammond will be in. So is Norris. And it's 1st and goal from the 2. The game is Cardell Williams! Touchdown! Hornets!
What a play by Cardell Williams going off that left side with that ball, keeping it. Touchdown Hornets. That's probably going to give them the game right there, Jason.
Just 9 seconds of football to go. Extra point coming up for Metters. Snap down, kick, drilled, and the Hornets have taken the lead. Flags come in at the end of the kick, but the man on your screen, Cardell Williams, you called it, Darren, quarterback keeper. I don't think he's ever looked faster.
It looked great getting into the end zone. for the Hornets.
Illegal substitution, defense, 12 men on the field. That play to be declined. Extra point is good.
So 23-20. The Vandals have one timeout left. I got to tell you, Darren, 67 yards in the last 3 minutes and 5 seconds to preserve their postseason hopes. That was clutch.
60. They went down the field. They did what they wanted to do. They ran the football, and like I told you, all year long, he's run the football in those situations. You see, he just Cordell kept that football and got into the end zone.
See Coach's reaction. Cool as can be.
Cool as can be. That's what he expected to happen.
Yep.
And it happened.
How can he be that cool?
That's confidence.
It is. He is not missing on that. He believes in his group. Cardell Williams with the exclamation point. Hey, it's college football. Strange things have happened. 9 seconds. Special teams has to make sure they can secure this one. 9 seconds away from their 7th win of the season and setting up potential high drama next week across the causeway. That's Nate Thomas trying to make something special happen for the Vandals. Fireball will boot it deep. This one's crushed. That's what the Hornets needed, so that goes out of the end zone. Let's take one more look, Darren, at this touchdown.
See, everyone's going right there to Hammond. Cardell keeps that football and walks into the end zone.
For Cardell Williams, we mentioned him earlier on that rushing touchdown list. Well, he gets number 11. That ties him with Rodney Hammond on the season. And he has had a good night. 14 of 18. We can't forget that 4th down. That throw he made to Jordan Williams. His best throw of the night, an unbelievable catch. And then Jordan Williams, that acrobatic catch at the 2-yard line.
That was a tremendous catch by Jordan Williams there on that sideline. Went up and got that football. All 6'5".
So the Hornets, with 9 seconds left, the Vandals and Wood back to throw. He's going to step up, fires a sideline route. It's caught, running out of bounds with 3 seconds left. So good job by Idaho, as that's complete to Mick Williams, and that'll give him an opportunity for the Hail Mary on the final play of the game.
That's what they're going to do, is just try to heave that down there at that Hail Mary, get all their tall receivers in there.
Now, the one thing to keep in mind here, we've been talking about the wind all night, Darren. They're going into the teeth of this thing. So Wood's got a good arm. You just have to make sure, if you're the Hornets, you either knock it down or certainly you don't commit a penalty.
Keep an eye on right, number 2.
And you could get that short pass and pitchy woo-woo. We'll see. Wood back to throw. Pressure. Backside pressure. Wood buys more time, and he's going to air it out. It's going to make it towards the goal line. Ball is tipped loose and knocked to the turf. And with zeros on the clock, the Hornets storm the field and send the seniors out with an emotional come-from-behind victory on their home field.
What a play by the Hornets there at the end, knocking that down. Wood got that ball down the field, but wasn't able to get into the end zone to one of his players. Great knockdown by the Hornets. Great victory.
(23-20) is your final score, as Sacramento State, we mentioned, as you see Coach Marion in the middle of your screen, his mantra, one great year can change your life. Darren, one great drive changed this season. That was a phenomenal clutch drive by the offense. Huge throws by Cardell Williams, amazing catches by Jordan Williams, and then Cardell with the exclamation point, punching it into the end zone.
I just like that drive.
Yep.
And Cardell getting that ball to Williams. That was what he had to do. Those 2 throws he made was money.
Here's the final look. I'll give Wood credit, Darren. He got it down there. I wasn't sure he's going to get it to fight through the wind, and he got it to where you want to.
Yep.
And it was knocked away by Diesel Gordon, hitting it to the turf. And so that's win number 7. 7 is a good number, but for perspective, last year, Darren, 24 teams made the FCS playoffs. All of them had 8 wins or more. So 7's good. 8 puts you in a much better spot. To get 8, they know what they need to do, and that's win next week. Wow, what a night of football.
What a game.
Great work.
It was.
Wow. Highlights galore tonight. Thank you again to all the men and women working in the crew. Amazing work by our crew in the truck and the cameras, and fun night of football, emotional night. The Hornets on a drive they absolutely had to have, find a way to win it and get the job done. For Darren Arbett, I'm Jason Ross. A thriller at Hornet Stadium. Sacramento State survives. They win it 23-20. Good night.